evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, the Problem Child, here today to talk to you about Triple H. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there are so upset with me because, um, you know, I talk about Triple H, and I know a lot of you guys are wondering, yo, I remember Problem Child when you used to come on here. You used to say that you used to like Triple H, that you loved Triple H, and that you thought he was the greatest, one of the greatest wrestlers, you know, and things like that. And but things change when you get older. Things change when you starting to see the light of certain things. You know what I mean? When you start seeing the light of certain things, you understand that things are gonna be different. The way you perceive things, the way that you say things, the way that you do things. So, with that being said, it is what it is. You know, I mean, in my opinion, I was just, that's just opinions do change, and Triple H changed my opinions over the years and over the time I've seen Triple H. I know a lot of people out there like to comment on my videos and tell me that, yo, you need to calm down, you need to go ahead. But here's the thing, you don't like my videos, there you go up there. Just look for something else to do. You don't like my videos? I'm sure there's some that way on my videos. So go check it out over there. I'm going to say what I want to say about this video. So I'm going to hurt a lot of you motherfuckers' feelings out there. I'm going to hurt your feelings because I'm talking bad about Triple H. I'm going to go into his personal life. And like I said, and like anybody else said, if you want to be in the spotlight, you want to be the head honcho, you want to be the fame guy, you want to be the king of kings, I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to go into it. If you want fame, your personal life is an open book. I will try my best not to stoop low, but some things I have to open up in his personal life to get my point across. So if you don't like that, there's the, right there, right there, right there. There you go. Just right there. That's all you have to do. And I guarantee you, you can just go right there, or there, or there. It doesn't matter. Just get out. But anyway, let's talk about Triple H. Triple H was in WCW. Now, everybody knows, let's push up. But before I start on that, let me get back to something. Go ahead, check out my boy on Twitter. His name is Kofi Lion. That's Kofi Lion. Real name. Lion is the gimmick, but Kofi is the real name. So he talks about wrestling. I tried to get him on YouTube to talk wrestling, but he didn't want to do that. He wanted to do stuff on Twitter. Me personally, I don't do Twitter. I don't want nothing to do with Twitter. But that's me. I just don't want anything to do with Twitter. How many of you guys are really gonna follow me on Twitter anyway? Nobody really cares what the Problem Child does, or what he ate for breakfast, or what kind of toast he had. Nobody cares. So therefore, I don't want to be on Twitter. But he does. He said that he's into wrestling. He's gonna do some wrestling stuff on Twitter. He's gonna say some wrestling sentences. He's a funny guy. He's basically my Paul Mooney and I'm Richard Pryor. So if any of y'all don't get that, go look it up and then find that out, and then you'll get what I'm saying. But go check out Kofi Lion on Twitter. Follow the guy. Please follow the guy. He might be actually doing a sweepstakes, like giving away something. I don't know yet. I don't know the details, but he's supposed to be doing some prize giveaway, when he gets a certain amount of followers. So go check him out. And he's really enjoyable. He's a nice guy. I know him personally. He's a cool guy. Kofi Lion. Anyway, let's go. Triple H. Let's get it on. Boom. Anyway, Triple H started out in WCW. Now, as Paul. So, for all intents and purposes, we're going to call him Paul in WCW. He started out as Paul in WCW, wrestling a couple of guys. He was a low mid-carder in WCW. Let's be honest with ourselves. He was a low mid-carder. Triple H was let go by WCW. They didn't see nothing for him because he wasn't. They didn't see a shining star in the guy. And WCW did that with a bunch of people. They did that with what Austin. They did that with Pillman. They did that. I mean, but Pillman and Austin did get a push as the Hollywood Blondes. So but Austin. They let go Austin. They let go Pillman. They did let those guys go. They let go of those guys. They let go of Triple H at the time, Paul. They let go who else did they let go? They just let go a lot of young guys that WWE picked up and they pushed to the moon. So it is what it is, So you had that going for you. So Triple H left. He became Hunter Hearst Helmsley in WWE. So he became Hunter Hearst Helmsley in WWE, had the little curtsy gimmick and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people argue with me when I said the black wrestlers will never get a WWE championship. Not world title, but WWE championship belt. A lot of people said that the gimmick was a little racist to white people, but nobody came back with an argument about that. So I'm just going to say whatever on that. Because when you come back with a strong argument about it, then we can talk. But until then, it's just whatever. That's your opinion. It is your opinion. Whatever. I disagree with that, but hey, that's just the way it is. So, excuse me. So, he did that, right? Your boy. So Triple H went as Hunter Hearst Helmsley, brought China over, had his bodyguard, had all that. He was in the Clique. No, this guy was the bag handler for the Clique until the 1, 2, 3 kid came. Okay, let's be honest with ourselves. Shawn Michaels, Diesel, and Razor Ramon was the top guys in the Clique. That's just fact. There is no opinion about that. Look at the history of WrestleMania and Raw, and look at where Triple H was, and look where Diesel, Shawn Michaels, and Razor Ramon was at the time. So he was basically the bag boy, and they let him in the Clique because Shawn Michaels seen something in him. Okay? So Shawn Michaels is the reason why he gave a chance, why he has a chance in wrestling. You can argue that, but it is what it is. So, okay. After that, they have the MSG situation, okay? Triple H get punished for it because they ain't punishing Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was a problem anyway, but they wasn't really punishing Shawn Michaels at the time for this. Diesel and Razor Ramon, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, for you guys that don't know, they are out the door. They're going to WCW. You can't punish a guy. You can't punish guys that's in another company. The other and especially your competition, they're gonna look at you stupid until you go to hell. You know what I mean? So you have no business over there, so you can't do anything about that. But Triple H is the lone guy. He's the bag boy. So what you gonna do with the bag boy? You're gonna punish the bag boy. You're gonna bury the bag boy. And I have to say, they did bury the shit out of him. So the crowd, seeing that he was selling moves, he was selling people to get over, even though he was getting buried every week. And people were still cheering him on. They was excited to see the guy. And this is when Triple H was humbled. You got to understand, this is a humble stage of Triple H. So people are cheering Hunter Hearst Helmsley and liking what he's doing, even though we're not knowing the backstage politics like we do now. But we still cheering for the guy because we feel bad he's getting beat every week by everybody. WrestleMania, he went against Ultimate Warrior. He got stomped by Ultimate Warrior. But we still like the guy a bit. Just a little bit. We love the Ultimate Warrior, but we like the guy a bit because he sold what the Ultimate Warrior was doing tremendously. And I have to give props to that. And in this video, this is not about bashing Triple H. This is just telling you guys why Triple H is getting on my nerves right now and why I'm so sick of it. We'll get to that. But, okay, so the guy is doing jobs. And then all of a sudden, You know, but we're gonna go ahead, fast forward a bit. Let's go ahead to Shawn Michaels and D-Generation X. Again, again, Triple H is a mid-carder. He's a mid-carder. And if you see my Cody Rhodes video, you understand what I'm saying about mid-carders. He was a mid-carder. D-Generation X, Shawn Michaels was the main eventer. Shawn Michaels was the star of that. Not Triple H. Shawn Michaels was the star. China wasn't the star. Shawn Michaels was. Shawn Michaels was the Generation X. They was licking his boots in that group. There was basically the bag boy and the bag girl in that group. There is no ands and buts about it. So we go ahead, we fast forward through MSG. We fast forward through MSG. We fast forwarded through the Montreal school job. Y'all know about that. Yeah, people talk about that thousands of times. I have nothing to say about that in this video. This is about Triple H. We're fast forwarding through. Shawn Michaels hurt his back. Shawn Michaels can't wrestle, so he gave the ball to his friend. Like anybody else of us, any of us would have done that. There is no question about that. If we see our friend needs an opportunity, if we're good friends like we say we are, we're going to help out that friend. And there is no question about it. There's no question about we're going to help out our friends. We are going to help our friends. That's what friends do, right? So there you go. There you go. That's what we're going to do. But, the frustrating thing about it is, ladies and gentlemen, is that one of the most frustrating things about this is that Triple is that they were still mid-card guys. D-Generation X. Because they were still being overshadowed by The Rock. They were still being overshadowed by Stone Cold. They were still being overshadowed by Mick Foley. They were still being overshadowed by Undertaker. And that's in no particular order. But he was still being overshadowed. And there was still guys that were still being over than Triple H was with D-Generation X. D-Generation X was getting booed. They was getting cheered, but they was getting booed at this time. Because there was a heel group. And that's just a fact. At that time, people was booing heel groups. So it is what it is. Excuse me for a second. Excuse me for a second. But anyway, as I was saying, excuse me. I just want to do this real quick. Okay, as I was saying, it, so we go ahead and we get Triple H, and then, you know, fast forward through all that, but this is what I'm saying. This guy, we fast forward through all that, and then now we're getting to D-Generation X. They're getting this big push. They're getting amazing. They're entertaining now. So Triple H moves forward, forward through, and Triple H is doing this thing with Stephanie. Okay? He's doing this thing with Stephanie. Now, Mick Foley helped this guy get over before the Stephanie thing. And maybe I'm wrong about this. I don't know. I brain fought today. But Mick Foley helped this guy get over. Help this guy. Help. It wasn't Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels gave him the ball. Shawn Michaels didn't really help him get over. Shawn Michaels gave him the ball to run with because he was hurt and he was out. Diesel is nowhere to be found. Scott Hall is nowhere to be found. So they ain't giving you the ball. They went to make money. So basically the Clique, in that sense, the Clique wasn't about friendship. It was about making fucking money. Because if you was a clique, you would stick together no matter what. But it was about making money. And hey, if that's no problem. If you want to make money, make money. I have no problem with that. But You fast forward through the Triple H thing, and he's doing this story with Stephanie McMahon. And for you ass clowns out there that think that Stephanie and Triple H wasn't dating during this storyline, you're fucking nuts. Okay? Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, and China herself, the porn star, even said that this was happening around the time Triple H was banging Stephanie McMahon. Now that's his wife. Show some respect. That's his wife now. But that was the time he was with China and he did the thing with Stephanie. Okay? There is no... How can you get mad? How, I mean, it is what it is when you're a wrestler like China and, the boss's daughter. So he's going to get a push because he's dating the boss's daughter. It's just fact. If anybody that has children would know, if your daughter's happy with that person and the guy seems like an okay guy, you're going to do anything to help to make your daughter smile. So if she wants Triple H to be, to be entertaining and to be, get a little help, of course he's going to help his fucking daughter out. Why not? No problem with that. Any of us probably would have done it. Anybody with kids would have done that. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. It's just, it is what it is. Any of us would have helped a person to do what they had to do. That's just the bottom line of it. That is just the bottom line of it. So, you got that going. All right? You got that going on. He's getting this push. But, so it's the Helmsley McMahon era. Okay? D-Generation X is still together, but it's still shit. It's Helmsley McMahon. So he's basically the head honcho at this time. He's basically the main guy. He's basically on top of the world. Okay? Man, that's just facts. If you look at, if you guys that watch that era, they would know. He was basically the head honcho. And who can really have a problem with that? I mean, really. But the ego, this is when you could tell Triple H was getting the ego off and on camera. Okay? What does he tell Road Dogg when Road Dogg gets legitimately fired? Anybody trivia question? Anybody knows the answer to this? I bet you don't. The Armstrong curse still exists. Continues on. Say it, whatever. It might not be an exact quote. But he said, I guess the Armstrong curse still exists. Ask Mr. Ass, Billy Gunn, why he don't like Triple H. Road Dogg, for y'all guys that don't understand what that means, there's a lot of wrestler shooters on here that knows what that means. Who are you to tell anybody of this shit? You know what I mean? Who are you? Okay, let's fast forward through that. He gets his quad, he hurts his quad. He hurts his leg. He pulls it out. Muscle, bone. Okay? Gotta clap for him for this. He continued the match. A lot of us would have fucking cried and whined and be like, oh my leg, it hurts so bad. But he continued the match. And he deserves every applause for that. Because anybody else would have probably just passed out, ring the bell. I can't do this tonight. I pulled something and it fucking stings. And but he didn't do that. He continued the match on. And you can't be nothing but gracious for that, man. But, and that's after he, that it is what it is. But, so we fast forward through that, and I might have missed something out, but I'm going to go back to it towards the end of the video, so be patient with me. Just be patient. This is just the start of it. So we fast forwarding through that. Evolution comes out. Now for you guys that know what evolution means, it means something when WWE named that group Evolution. It meant something. The past, the present, and the future. And if you look at today, who the future was back then, they wasn't lying. The past, Ric Flair. The present, Triple H. But for crying out loud, he seems like he's the future. Now this is when you know him and Stephanie are married. This is when boys in the back, from the Attitude Era, not now, said that Triple H, there was a lot of animosity behind Triple H because he was supposed to, him and Stephanie are going to run the company. That's what Vince said to those guys in the back. And there's many guys that was at that heard that from Vince's mouth that did not like it because of, it's basically, you know, he's about the shit where he eat. You know? So, what happened in Evolution? They fucking basically buried everybody and everyone that was in their way. Everybody, everyone. I don't know who really got a push during that era. Who really got a push during the Evolution era? Huh? During the Evolution reign, who really got a push? Name somebody that got a fucking push that was on Raw. I think if you was drafted to Raw around that time when they had the draft, you was fucking crying as a wrestler. I think wrestlers was fucking crying and saying, Lord, why me? Why me? Why? What did I do so wrong? What did I do so wrong to go to Raw? What was it? Was it because of that something that I did when I was 13 years old? Was it stealing candy from my grandmother? I mean, what was it that you're punishing me for? And I believe that most wrestlers was like that. And Triple H proved it on screen that he was the fucking head honcho and that he is not letting nobody take his spot. Like, who? Hulk Hogan. And I'll be getting to the Hulk Hogan thing at the end of the video, so get ready. You know? But he buries everyone. Just Rob Van Dam. Shelton Benjamin. People was like, well, Shelton Benjamin won 3 in a row. So the fuck what? It didn't mean shit. That was like basically winning at a house show. Who really cared? Diesel, you know? But, I mean, who really cared? Nobody. He won, he beat him 3 times. And then what happened to Shelton Benjamin's career after that, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Exactly. What they do? They bring out his mother. It wasn't, I'm not blaming that on Triple H, but Shelton Benjamin's mama, remember that? Thea played his mama? Yeah. It's funny how we have short memories, don't we? Yeah, exactly. But the Evolution thing happens. Okay, so the only people that got a real push out of it was Batista. That was on Raw with Triple H and Evolution, was Batista and Randy Orton. Okay. You know, friends in the business, yeah. Alright. So now we get to, I'm going to fast forward, and this is where the video really begins, guys. Now, note, Triple H is married, and in the Evolution, before we continue on, Triple H is married to Stephanie. He's married. So why is he basically is going to have a piece of the company sooner or later. So why are you burying these guys and still keeping yourself in charge? And keeping yourself keep getting the world title over and 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 over again. Why is that? Why? I don't understand it. Instead of working to better the business, all you did was leave the business in crumbles of what it is today. Basically, they're scrambling to push guys, and then when they push guys, they bury them. So, now we fast forward on. We're going to fast forward to D Generation X. The return of D Generation X. Shawn Michaels, Triple H. There was a group called the Spirit Squad. Y'all may remember Dolph Ziggler in that, Kenny Dykstra, and your boy from ROH was in that too. What did Triple H and them do every chance they got with the Spirit Squad? I understand there was heels, but what did they do every chance? Maybe there was a few times the Spirit Squad got over, But when it really counted, the Spirit Squad did not get over. They beat him in that stupid lockup cage match on Saturday Night Main Event. And what did they do? They put him in a box. One episode of Raw when they beat all 5 of the guys. Listen, all 5 of the guys. 5 guys. You beat all 5 of the fucking guys. You beat them all. And then you put them in a box that says ship back to OVW. That's what you do. You did that. You did that. Triple H. You did that to those guys. You wouldn't lay down for legacy. You wouldn't lay down for legacy. Legacy. You wouldn't lay down for it. You wouldn't lay down for them. Okay? What I'm upset with Triple H about, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the CM Punk days. And I know I haven't talked about this. I was letting other people say what they had to say. But now I'm ready to say it. You get to the CM Punk days. Okay, let's fast forward to the CM Punk days. And he comes out there when CM Punk has the biggest pop of 2011 since what? Since the fucking Attitude Era or after that? Because it wasn't in 2008, 2009. We haven't got pops like that in years for somebody that wasn't Triple H or an old fucking wrestler from the Attitude Era. CM Punk get the biggest pop in his hometown, winning the title and running out and screwed Vince McMahon, almost like an Attitude Era style of Vince versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Monday Night Raw was a terrible Raw that night. We're going to have a shuffle of things, of the tournament, to see who can become the new WWE champion. Because we have no champion anymore. Okay? What a terrible fucking Raw that was. It was a bad Raw until the icing was on the cake. And everybody knows what that icing was. Triple H comes out there when Vince is talking. Because, hold up, we got to shift all of this away from CM Punk. Because CM Punk is getting the biggest push. And I want some of that. Because I'm the King of Kings. For crying out loud, this guy named himself the fucking King of Kings. So I can't blame shooters for sitting up there calling him God as a joke. When you name yourself the King of Kings. But he comes out there. He come out there all, yeah, I need to talk to you in the back. I love you, Pops. I'm gonna take over the day-to-day operations. He's going to take over the day-to-day operations. So all this shift is away from CM Punk. CM Punk come back too soon. CM Punk is feuding with Triple H. Now we thinking, okay, maybe this is the new era of the Vince McMahon versus Triple H, of Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold Steve Austin feud. The boss don't cross the boss. We might have a new Corporation 2.0. Well, guess what, guys? We basically got raped. Well, rape is a strong word. We basically got screwed without them even buying us dinner. Without even kissing us first. That's what happened. We basically got screwed on that. Because you know why? It was supposed to be Kevin Nash versus CM Punk. Now, a lot of us didn't want to see that. I was one of the guys that hollered, bullshit, why are you putting this crap all on my TV? But no. Now when I think about it, I would have rather seen that than the match that I did see. It was Triple H versus CM Punk. One match. And you know what happened? Triple H and CM Punk both got beat up by the same people by the same run-ins. But what happened? Oh no! Wait! Triple H. Wait! Oh, no! I'm gonna get up and hit him with a sledgehammer and 1, 2, 3 him, pedigree him in the middle of the damn ring. In the middle of the damn ring. One time match. Oh, our feud is over with. Now we're tag team partners. Because now I'm not the COO. Now John Laurinaitis is. And now, guess what? There is no rematch, CM Punk. We already settled it. I buried you. I already beat you. 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the damn ring. So where does the story go from there? Now it's Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash had a problem with CM Punk. But now it's with Kevin Nash and Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Triple H. Why is it that they have to feud? Why? What is going on? Y'all was criticizing guys, Kevin Nash. You was criticizing guys, Triple H, in WCW back in the day because y'all asses was getting buried by dinosaurs. Because dinosaurs kept coming in and burying your asses. And what are you doing? You're doing the same thing that Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson was doing to your asses. That these guys was doing to you. Macho Man, all those guys in WCW was doing to you. And you're so upset about that. What's the big deal? What the fuck is going on? You know, you hold your mouth, you hold your tongue as long as you can. You hold the tongue. Because you think wrestling is going to get better and better and better and better and better. But all I'm seeing is the same shit that I saw in 1996, 1995. A bunch of young people that actually they can't be as vocal as those guys were because they have no other place to go. Back then, those guys had ECW, WCW, and WWE. So if they felt upset with one, they could have went to the other place and said what they had to say and say how they felt about the place. But they can't do that now because, hey, you either out, you either lick our asses, because the Kiss My Ass Club still exists in WWE. You just don't see it on TV. But it actually does still exist. You either kiss Vince McMahon's ass and the corporation's ass, or you can go and find another job. But it won't be, TNA, they can only carry so many people. And that company don't even exist to some people. So, it is what it is. Now tell me this. Tell me, why is it that they're hurting this guy? Why is it that Triple H is doing the same thing that he had done to him? Why are you repeating the cycle? A lot of people saying, well, it's not fair to say that Triple H wouldn't have been a top guy if he didn't marry Stephanie. Really? Because he didn't prove it until after he was with Stephanie. He didn't prove it before Stephanie because Shawn Michaels was still the head honcho in DX. There were still mid-carders as a DX faction. The Helmsley-McMahon era proved that when you marry the boss's daughter, you do get some of the perks in life. The evidence is right there in your face. We're not lying about it. It's being shown and pushed in our faces. The guy couldn't even let CM Punk have his moment in the spotlight. No, because his moment, because he's the king of fucking kings. He's God. He is God. He is God. No one shall worship anybody but him. The 10 Commandments of God. You know what I mean? The 10 Commandments of Triple H. Honor thy Triple H and thy Stephanie, because your career will be long in WWE. Thou shalt not try to kill Triple H momentum, because Triple H will bury you. Thou shalt not steal Triple H's moment in the spotlight, because his moment is his moment. Thou shalt not covet what Triple H has, because Triple H will strike down vengeance on thee. Thou shalt not worship any other wrestler besides Triple H. Because Triple H better be in your top 5 wrestlers of all time, or you will get stomped in the middle of the ring. I say about in 15, 20 years, when a lot of these guys leave the business, you're going to see a lot of shoot videos, if the end of the world doesn't come in 2012, for some of you believers out there, if you believe in that the world is, some people is going to sit up there and go, well, I need to do this, I need to do that, they're going to really shoot because they have nothing else to lose anymore. In 20 years, 20, 30 years, they don't have nothing else to lose. So they're going to shoot. And we're going to hit a real story of Triple H. Guaranteed. We're going to hit a real story of this guy. Now, I'm not saying Triple H is a bad guy, but what he portrays on TV and the way that he has to be in the spotlight, it's bad. It portrays us wrestling fans that we can't cheer for nobody but Triple H. We can't. Because if we cheer for anybody besides Triple H is going to come out there and steal the thunder. Look at the Undertaker match. He was in the the gates of hell for what? 45 minutes in a toilet break? I mean, Jesus Christ, we could have fixed a Sunday feast and actually sat on the toilet, constipated, and he still was in that damn gates of hell. Because he has to make sure he is put over. Because he's the gamer. The King of Kings. And a lot of people, I'm shitting on Triple H for this. Yes, I am. Because just like I said last time, you can't say that the guy, wasn't. And who the fuck is he? Who the fuck is this guy to say who's good in the business and who's not good in the business? You know what I mean? Who the fuck is he? You know what I mean? Let's see. Triple H, I'm going to be honest with you guys. He's nothing but a glorified upper mid-carder. Because when he was with The Rock was burying his ass in promo. When he was in Stone Cold was burying his ass in promo. Mick Foley was the only reason why the guy was even elevated to the way he was because of the feud he had with Mick Foley. Just like Mick Foley put a feud over with Edge. Like Mick Foley had a great feud with Randy Orton. That's the only reason why Triple H was elevated at the way he was, for Mick Foley. So who the fuck is he? Recently he commented on Mick Foley. So who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to tell us how we should act towards wrestlers, how we should be? He buried Zack Ryder when the people was wondering why Zack Ryder isn't on their TV. He avoided the question and did his same old Triple H. Oh, you see, guys, we have to do what we do because we are, and then here we go. And don't even get me started on the night he got no confidence voice on when WWE went on strike. When he comes out there and say, hell, I have a match with the Broom. It gives me a better match than half of you guys in the back. So why are they in your company, Triple H? Why are they there? Why are they there? Why not just have the same 5 guys and you wrestle every fucking week? Why are they in the company if the Broom, you can have a better match with the fucking Broom? If the fucking Broom gives you a better match, I say, let the Broom you and the Broom have a match every fucking night. And let's see how much pay-per-view buys it'll get. But yet, you want to bury these guys in the back on national TV. You want to sit up there and bury guys and bury people online and bury people that fans like. But yet, when it comes down to it, you're nothing but a fucking mid-carder yourself that just got lucky in the business. There's guys in FCW that can out-wrestle you. Damian Sandow. I said it before, Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose. Big E Langston. Bo Rotundo. And I said Big E Langston for a joke, but I really do believe he can out-wrestle Triple H. Bo Rotundo. Leaki. Hell, I even throw out Titus O'Neil. Hell, I throw out Percy Watson. Hell, I throw out Derek Bateman. Hell, Dolph Ziggler, Jack Swagger. Most of those guys on there can probably out wrestle your ass in your good days. But yet, since you have the power and you have the thing, power corrupts people, and I tell you, power fucking corrupts people, ladies and gentlemen. And it has corrupted Triple H so much that he is fucking Lord of Lords and King of Kings. He declared himself. When all he is basically Shawn Michaels' boot polisher boy. That's it. He carries his bags and he's the gopher. Go get me coffee. Go get me tea. Go get me my sandwich on 59th Street. The wrestling business isn't going to get better with Triple H and Stephanie. I really don't believe that. That's a crying shame that Shane McMahon did not get the company when he wanted it. Shane McMahon, I believe that the company would be different from the WWE that we see today. I think things would be much, much differently. I think Shane McMahon would have just wanted the company and had his dad be like his mentor and his, the guy in his ear. But Shane ultimately made the final decision. And I think that's probably would have been the best thing to do. But now we're going to the stages. People say Shane, never say never. I don't think Shane is ever coming back. Shane took his money and he hauled ass. So now it's Triple H and it's Stephanie's business. And Vince got what he wanted. He trained those two to be the way he is. And the same old shit is going to happen for the rest of our lives. The business got to change, man. It got to change. And I don't really see it changing. And with things like what Triple H is doing, you're going to have to wait till Triple H is fucking dead to probably get a change then. I don't wish death on nobody. I'm not saying I want Triple H to go die somewhere. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, the business got to change. And Triple H, you got to change your attitude now. You're going to be the head honcho soon. You're going to be the head man in charge. If you feel like you can have a match with a broom better than those guys in WWE, that you hired, that your guys hired. By the way, how is your Sin Cara acquisition going? It's not going so well, is it? Exactly. So, you got that going for you. And then, if you really feel like that, once you fire every one of those guys, it doesn't matter. Just fire every one of them. Go down to FCW, see who you like. If you don't like them, fire every one of them. And do what NFL does. They fire everybody in the coaching staff and start off with a clean slate. If that's what you want to do, I have no problem with that, Triple H. But just don't bury the guys and think you're the King of Kings. Because, honestly, if you was the King of Kings would treat his court right. But you're not treating them right. Especially when you go on TV, on live TV, and say that you'll have a better match with the fucking broom in this ring, better than those guys, and you wrestled most of them in the back. Just like Shawn Michaels gave you a chance, why don't you give some of these guys a chance? Why don't you talk to Vince and tell him, look, let's give some of these guys a chance. Let me stay in the background, and let me just be the booker or whatever. Don't let me go out there. I'll do the day-to-day operations. I'll be there. I'll make sure everybody's set. But don't let me I don't want the spotlight no more. I'll go out there as a novelty from time to time, but let me just go ahead and do my thing and let me push these guys and let's build a new generation. Because, hey, at a time, Triple H, you was a new generation guy. And so are those guys. They're new generations. Just give them a chance. And that's really all I have to say about Triple H, man. My problem is that he declares himself King of Kings, and he's not the King of Kings. If anybody's the King of Kings in wrestling right now, it would be The Rock. It would be Stone Cold. It wouldn't be Triple H. Just because he married the boss's daughter, and basically Shane is out of the fucking business. If anything, he's the prince. But he's not king. So go ahead, comment on this video right down there. Tell your friends about it. Also, go check out my boy on Twitter. What's his name again? Kofi Lion. Kofi Lion. Go check him out. He's a real cool guy, like I said, funny guy. So he's going to be tweeting some things, He probably be on Twitter every day. I don't know. But just go check the boy out. Go respond to him. Tell him the problem child sent you. Big props up. Um, that's really all I have to say about this today. That's it. So, peace, one love. I'm out.